It is very rare that you have the pleasure of meeting a teacher as caring and as brilliant as one can be. For me, this teacher is not a typical academic teacher, but has still brought me to do things that no other adult could have helped me overcome. This adult helped me change into a new person, and I cannot say thank you enough. So today I would like to give tribute to Mrs. Dent, my drama teacher and play director. Mrs. Dent is truly an amazing person. Her supportiveness, her never-ending struggle for excellence, and her understanding make her one of the most amazing teachers I've had in my life. Whenever you are losing hope and thinking you can't pull off a fantastic show, Mrs. Dent always knows exactly what to say. One day, at rehearsal, the whole cast was feeling down and thinking we were not going to pull off a great show. Mrs. Dent encouraged us and said that each and every person in the cast is as talented as the stars on TV. The only difference between us and them is the amount of practice they put in and the amount of discipline that they have. She told us that if we put aside the time to practice and memorize our lines, we would be fantastic. Needless to say, she was entirely accurate. Another day, Mrs. Dent helped our confidence by saying that the JMS Drama Club has a reputation for putting on fantastic plays, and that each year the play has been up to par. She assured us that the reputation would not be broken. Along with the mental aspect of putting on a play, Mrs. Dent pushed herself to the limits to direct a play that everyone can be proud of. Mrs. Dent refuses to accept anything less than excellent. If you show up to rehearsal unprepared, whether it be not knowing your lines or being rowdy or forgetting changes from a previous rehearsal, be prepared to be scolded. She will not waste her time for actors who don't put in their share of work. Unfortunately, not every rehearsal runs smoothly. Many times there have been those days where people are uncooperative. Last year, when it was the first day of being off book, meaning the whole cast isn't allowed to use their scripts, it turned out to be something on the idea of a disaster. A lot of people had no idea what was going on. About 6 people knew their lines, and we had to stop every other sentence to call for a line. After that calamity, we received the guilt trip from our lovely director. We were told that it was unacceptable and that there was no reason for us to have a rehearsal that bad. I guess you need to have a few downs before you can achieve greatness. Closer to the time of the play, Mrs. Dent becomes really stressed over putting on a great show. She tells us how she studies her script for hours at her house, thinking of better ways a scene could be portrayed, or just searching for little things that need to be fixed, and how she can't sleep at night over how nervous she is about the show. It really shows how much she cares about us and her love of theater, that she puts us before herself. In addition to making sure everything in the play is right, she understands and is as caring as a parent. Even though Mrs. Dent can be really tough when things don't go as planned as rehearsal, she's still very kind-hearted if you have a problem. One time, I was feeling sick and on my way to the nurse's office, and I saw Mrs. Dent in the hallway. She asked what was wrong and said that I should get some rest. Even though I felt really tired and not too well, I showed up to rehearsal that day because it was an important scene. She thanked me for giving my time, even though I didn't feel that good. It was a great feeling having a teacher care that much about you. Last year, during the week of our performance, a plague hit the cast, and many people were severely sick. She told us to all go home and rest and not to push ourselves over the limit. I can remember on the day after our Thursday performance, the drama club was called the Auditorium at Extensions. The original plan was to discuss how the performance went and share any questions or comments, but she allowed us to rest, and we all ended up sleeping on the stage because we were all so exhausted. Mrs. Dent is the best teacher I've encountered in my life, and I hope this speech does her justice. Words cannot describe how lucky I am to know a teacher as wonderful as she. The impact that Mrs. Dent has had on me and a myriad of other students is indescribable, and I really hope that she realizes that. Next year, I will truly miss you, Mrs. Dent, and thank you so much for everything you have done.